Hello, everybody! Welcome to Snyder and Wrestling. Today we have got a review of SummerSlam 2000. This will be the last. We will have one more SummerSlam review after this. Then we're going to go back to the WrestleManias because that was one of the polls on my page, and I think probably most likely that'll be the thing by the end of SummerSlam 01 when we get to that tomorrow. So, or later today even. I don't know. We'll see what's on. But SummerSlam 2000, August 22nd, 2000, from Raleigh, North Carolina, and Raleigh Entertainment and Sports Arena. Got attendance of 18,128. Buy rate of 570,000. Commentary team for the evening is Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler. We got a very dark and spooky video package. You know, it's the type of thing they had in the 2000, like 99, 2000 era where everything was just dark and spooky, creepy. Our first match is right to censor, so Steven Richards, Bull Buchanan, and The Good Father taking on Too Cool, Sky Hardy, Grandmaster Sexay, and Rikishi. We get a double suplex to Buchanan. Crowd is not happy with The Good Father, even pushes over some of the old Godfather hoes, which is crazy. Richard hits a powerbomb, but Sexay kicks out. They wear down Grandmaster Sexay. We get a hard tag to Rikishi. A Samoan drop to Good Father. Our one boy Scotty gets tagged in. He goes to hit the worm on, I believe, the Good Father. But as he's doing it, Stevie Richards comes in, hits a Stevie kick to win. It's about 4 minutes long, and I give 4 out of 10. It's a very short match. I do think these guys are not given the time they should be. I think these guys could have done more, but it was 5 match, gets right sense over, which I think is the goal of it. But yeah, I think you could have done better with this. So 4 out of 10 is what I give it. I also give 4 out of 10 to our next matchup as X-Pac takes on Road Dogg. These two have had a friendly rivalry that's slowly become less friendly as time has gone on. Road Dogg kicks X-Pac right in the ass to the outside of the ring. That made me chuckle. X-Pac hits a spin kick to Road Dogg. Spinning heel kick by Pac, but Road Dogg kicks out. We get a Bronco Buster by Pac. Road Dogg does make a comeback and counters the X Factor, but X-Pac hits a low blow and the X Factor to win. I give 4 out of 10 also. Again, not really much to it. It's a very, very short match. After the match, X-Pac sticks his hand out and Road Dogg gives him a pump handle slam, pretty much telling him to go fuck himself, which I did make me chuckle. I don't think these two are around each other much longer. I think it's not long after this Xbox becomes the leader of X Factor with the great team of Albert and just incredible. Our next matchup is a intergender mixed tag match for the Intercontinental Championship as Eddie Guerrero and Chyna take on Trish Stratus and the Intercontinental Champion Val Venis. This match is 99% of the time Val Venis in the ring. They are keeping Trish out of this match on purpose. In fact, this isn't when Trish is like the worker she becomes. She's very new to the company at this point, very new to this whole wrestling thing. So she's not no ring general at this point. We get a nice start though with Venis and Guerrero. Chyna clotheslines Venis. We get a double flapjack to Venis, but he kicks out. Venis gets control of Chyna, goes for an elbow drop, but Chyna moves and hits a DDT. We get a hot tag to Eddie. Venis hits a powerbomb, and we get a double down. Chyna finally gets her hands on Trish after Chyna press slams Trish and pins to become the Intercontinental Champion. Chyna becomes a 2-time Intercontinental Champion. She would only hold it for, I believe it's like a week before Eddie would win it from her in a hilarious way where she's hugging her as she's knocked out, and that hug becomes is a pin, and the 3 count thing, and Eddie becomes champion. But yeah, very fun, very quick match. 5 out of 10. It does the job it needs to do. But I've seen, yeah, I've seen better mixed tag match done. But I think it's very fun. Our next matchup is Taz versus Jerry Lawler. Now Taz has returned, and he's New York made, New York bred, and when he die, he'll be New York dead. And he's chosen his main target to be Jim Ross. I don't no idea what that's about. But Taz starts going at Jim Ross, and then Jerry Lawler gets involved. And there's actually a very entertaining build up to this. I can't watch the actual shows because they're not on Netflix. Get your shit together, Netflix, and put more weekly shows on there. But it's a fun thing of Taz just both of them are jumping each other, fighting each other. Lola at one point is busted open and just continues fighting Taz. Taz smashes a car window with JR in it. It's nuts, and I find very entertaining. Taz comes out making fun of Jim. He's got like a hat on and glasses, and he's using a walking stick because, JR's got a bit of glass in his eyes, so he's apparently fully blind. So he's Taz at least, and he's going around, and then Jerry Lawler just punches him in the face to get his attention. That's how the match starts. Lawler kicks Taz into the corner. We get the fist drop by Lawler. Taz gets in control and sends Lawler to the outside. He even hits a low blow. Lawler does make a comeback and hits a pile driver, but Taz just straight no-sells it and locks him in the Kajahajime, the Taz mission. But JR just gets up, freaking grabs this random jar of candy that he's always had on commentary, always been there, definitely not just for this match only. Always been there, has this jar of candy and just bashes it off of Taz's head. Lawler pins and wins. Again, 5 out of 10. Not a super long matchup these two have. It's only 4 minutes. But they do a job of what they need to do. And, yeah, I sacrificed the Taz, unfortunately. They would have a strap match in the next one, which Taz would only win because Raven gets involved. So, like, Taz just can't beat Jerry Lawler, apparently, by himself. Really stupid. They did Taz so dirty in this run in WWF. But still, fun match. Our next matchup is for the Hardcore Championship as Steve Blackman takes on the Hardcore Champion, Shane McMahon. So Shane, at one point, Steve Blackman was having a match. I don't remember getting who off the top of my head. And pretty much everyone came out to just whoop his ass, Steve Blackman's ass, in a hardcore environment. Until finally Shane hits him with a weapon and pins him to become champ. So Mick Foley, the commissioner, announces that the 24/7 rule suspended is not existent until after SummerSlam. And Shane McMahon has to take on Steve Blackman. So Shane cannot get out of this match with Blackman. Shane tries to run away, but Blackman stops him. Blackman jumps off the barricade to do a kick to Shane, which was kind of cool. Blackman just spends most majority of the match whooping at Shane's ass. This is just Shane getting beaten up. Test and Albert jump Blackman. There's Shane's backup at this point. We get the Derailer by Albert. Test has an elbow off the top rope, and they continue to just beat up Blackman. Blackman gets back in the match though and takes out Albert and Test with a kendo stick. Shane then starts climbing up the set, and this bump. Blackman starts to follow him, and Shane hits him off the set multiple times with the kendo stick. He hits Shane off. Shane takes this giant fall. It's Shane bump. Blackman then jumps off the rail onto Shane to win and become Hardcore Champ. I give it 6 out of 10. That's all for Shane's bump. The bump Shane takes. Excuse me for a second. The bump Shane takes is incredible. Like, the way he is able The fact he takes these insane bumps is just not. He doesn't have to, right? He doesn't have to. But he chooses to take those insane bumps all for his father's approval that he probably never gets. It's nuts to me. But this match is fun as hell. Yeah, this is the beginning of the insane bump Shane will take. But fun as hell match. 6 out of 10. Can't complain about it. Our next matchup is Chris Benoit taking on Chris Jericho in a 2 out of 3 falls match. This match is a straight fight. These guys are beating the hell out of each other. Benoit sends Jericho into the post and hits a shoulder breaker. Jericho gets back in with a bulldog. He goes for the lance up, but Benoit gets the knees up. Benoit locks in the crippler crossface. Jericho fights it, but eventually taps. So Benoit has the first fall. Benoit immediately locks in it again because there's no time gaps. You go right into the second fall, but Jericho gets the ropes. Benoit continues to target Jericho's shoulders and hits the German suplexes. Jericho gets in and gets back in and locks the walls of Jericho, and Benoit taps out. So Jericho got the second fall. Whoever gets the next fall wins the matchup. We get good pin counters by both guys. Full Nelson suplex by Benoit, but Jericho kicks out. We get a Hurricane Run off the top by Jericho and a Lion Salt. But Benoit ends up rolling up Jericho and grabs the ropes for leverage for a pin. Benoit wins the matchup. Again, 6 out of 10. Very, very fun matchup between these two. These two I don't think can have a bad match against each other. It is crazy a match these two have. And yeah, nothing but praise for both these guys for the amount of effort they put in. But speaking of putting in effort and deserving praise, the next matchup is a TLC match for the WWF Tag Team titles. The very first ever TLC match as Edge and Christian defend against the Hardys and the Dudley Boys. What a match this is. I can't do this match justice even talking about it, but I'm going to. Bubba throws a chair at Jeff's face. Bubba hits Christian with a DDT. We get a double leg sweep by Edge to Devon and Jeff, which is cool. Bubba bomb off the ladder to Christian, so Christian's ass is probably destroyed. Bubba throws a ladder at Jeff. Bubba loves throwing weapons at Jeff. We get the Wasab headbutt to off the ladder to Edge. 3 to Christian through a table. Edge gets a chair and starts unloading with the chair. We get Twist of Fate by Matt Hardy to Edge. Both Hardys hit leg drops off a ladder to Edge. Jeff goes on the outside for a swanton off a ladder through tables, but Bubba moves. So Jeff just crashes through the tables. Christian hits a reverse DD to Matt off a ladder. Bubba is pushed off a ladder through tables on the outside. Edge and Christian climb the ladder, but Lita shows up and pushes them off. Devon pushes Matt off a ladder through tables on the outside also. While Lita's checking on Matt, Edge spears Lita. Lita's head is probably this close from smacking the back of her head off a ladder. Thank God she was okay. Devon and Matt, Devon and Jeff, I should say, both end up hanging off the belts. As Edge and Christian remove the ladder, they both fall. Edge and Christian climb and grab the belts to retain the titles. 8 out of 10. Insane clusterfuck. Insane matchup. But absolutely fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed this match. I think it was very well done. And yeah. Insane chaos and set the tone for TLC's matches that can never be topped again. I still don't think there's any group you can throw whatever stupid spots. There will never be people who are able to replicate what these guys can do and the way they change tag team wrestling. Can't be done. Our next matchup, which will get Bailey anything from me, is the Cat with Al Snow versus Terry, Perry Saturn in a stink face match. This match sucks. The Cat wins 0 out of 10. I'm not even giving this a fucking. There's any notes. There's no notes to give to this match. This match sucks. End of story. 0 out of 10. Next match after that is The Undertaker versus Kane. Now, Kane, for some reason, has turned heel on The Undertaker because he is a monster. That's the only reason he gives. So Taker's coming for revenge. They just start fighting on the ramp. The ref pretty much just said, apparently, that he's just letting anything go. Undertaker tries to rip Kane's mask off. That's pretty much The Undertaker's entire goal of this match, is to rip Kane's mask off. Kane gets in control, but Undertaker hits with those soup bone shots to the gut. The bam shots in the gut. Undertaker ends up ripping part of Kane's mask. Kane tries to hit Undertaker with the steps, but Taker moves. Undertaker then throws the steps at Kane's face. Kane ends up getting busted open. Kane hits a low blow. Undertaker keeps going for Kane's mask. We get a low blow by Taker, and Taker rips Kane's mask off. Kane runs away, and the match is a no contest. While I have a bunch of notes, I give it 3 out of 10. This match did nothing for me. It's just a brawl. I don't even know if the match actually happened, started. Jim Ross said they did it, but they fought for a while. Well, no one was really trying to get in control. They both were in the ring for a period of time with punches not being thrown. The ref just doesn't call for it, so I don't know what happened there. But yeah, this match did nothing for me. These two, I don't even think feud on the next thing. They're in a 4-way for the WWF title, so I don't remember how long this feud goes for, to be honest. If this feud even goes that long. Ladies and gentlemen, we then go to our main event of the evening. For the WWF Championship, as the WWF Champion, The Rock defends against Kurt Angle and Triple H. The Rock is the third wheel here. The Rock's the fourth wheel. The Rock's not important to this storyline. It's Kurt Angle, Triple H, Stephanie McMahon. That is the storyline going into this. The Rock just happens to be holding gold at this point. It's insane how little The Rock means to this storyline. So, Kurt Angle comes out first and does, on the SmackDown before this show, Kurt Angle kissed Stephanie McMahon while she was barely conscious, which is totally normal behavior. Kurt Angle then doesn't apologize for it and said he's a giver. He gives everything. So he gave it all a gold medal. He gives it all in this ring, and he gave all the passion he could to Stephanie McMahon, more than Triple H ever could. Which leads to Triple H coming out, and they just start fighting. Earl Hebner is shoved down. Triple H has Angle to steps. Triple H then goes to pedigree Angle through the announce table, through the Spanish announce table. But the table gives way before they can jump. And Angle goes face first, head first into the table, and is concussed on the spot. It should not have been, that should have been the end of Kurt Angle. But it's somehow not. Ridiculous. It then becomes a one-on-one between The Rock and Triple H for a while because Angle's checked on. Triple H drops Rock onto the announce table. Triple H sends Rock to the outside. They fight up the ramp, and Rock clotheslines Triple H on the ramp. Stephanie McMahon comes out to check on Kurt, which Triple H does not be happy about. The crowd, for some reason, chants slut at her. Triple H clotheslines The Rock at ringside. We get a high knee. Triple H tells Stephanie to go grab the belt. Okay? Stephanie walks over to the timekeeper holding the belt. Mind you, his hands are not on the belt. She has no reason to, he's not trying to fight or anything. Stephanie just walks over, slaps him for no real reason to grab the belt. That made me laugh so hard because it felt like just unnecessary. Stephanie goes at The Rock with the WWF title, but hits Triple H instead. Rock then goes to grab Stephanie, but Triple H low blows him and tells Stephanie to get out of here. Triple H heads The Rock in the gut with a sledgehammer and continues to wear him down in his ribs area. Rock tries to fight back, but is cut off, but we do get a superplex by him. Stephanie then convinces Kurt Angle to come back out to... Kurt Angle's brought back out to ringside to have the wrestle while he is still concussed. Like, it's ridiculous. We get a belly by the Rock, but Triple H kicks out. Triple H does hit the pedigree, but Angle pulls him off the cover. So Angle's still going into business for himself. He wants the belt. The Rock hits a DDT on Angle, but Angle kicks out. Rock hits the Rock bottom on Angle, but Triple H pulls him off the pin. Triple H accidentally punches Stephanie straight in the face. Angle hits Triple H in the head with a sledgehammer. Rock throws Angle out of the ring, hits the people's elbow on Triple H to win and retain. Angle then carries Stephanie out to the backstage area, Bailey, with a smile on his face. I give the match 7 out of 10. A very fun main event. Part of the rating actually is for Angle, because the stuff he's able to do while concussed and barely knowing what the hell is going on is impressive. But also, like, shouldn't have been out there. So it's very mixed to me, but I give it 7 because I was very entertained by the match. Show ratings wise, I also give it 7 out of 10. A very fun show, very fun night. A lot of fun matches. A lot of matches I would have skipped or changed the way it was done, but overall can't complain, especially when you have this match and TLC. But yeah, let me know what you thought of SummerSlam 2000 in the comments below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, help us get to 500 subscribers. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all for the next one at SummerSlam 2001.